What's up? It's been a long time. It's been a month. In case you haven't wondered on where I've been, a lot of people thought I died. All right. I know I can't say that within the first 10. I keep on forgetting. I am so detached from social media since I've been, I would say, taking my hiatus for a month and a half that I don't even know what the fuck I'm supposed to do for YouTube or whether I'm supposed to cuss, whatever. You know, that's semantics, whatever the fuck, right? So what brought me back to YouTube was because I actually finished something that was near and dear to me. So before we get into the video, shameless plug is coming in. I'm gonna put the time stamp on where you can actually skip this part. If you don't give a fuck, fuck you. All right. If you skip this part, then fuck you. Most of you guys, if you actually gave a shit, probably wondering, hey, where the fuck did you go for a month and a half? It's been how many days since I posted my last video? It's been literally a month since I posted my last video. So it's been a while. It's been a long time. The longest that I ever took a hiatus since I started doing YouTube consistently. What have you been doing? I have been working on my personal passion project, which is my graphic novel. And if, in case you haven't noticed, the people who join my live streams too, they know what I'm all about too, right? And you know the current market right now to where female characters or female main leads are annoying and insufferable as fuck. And everything is so copy and pasted. Nothing is original anymore. Female characters are all girl bosses, ugly motherfucking man jaw looking people and shit. I'm throwing all that out the window. I'm gonna show these people how a real powerful female character is supposed to be done, like how it was back in the day. Already last night is so in case you guys want to know, I'm not going to spoil anything. You could click on here. This is the website for Already Last Night. You get to check this out. I'm not going to spoil anything right here, but I'm gonna just show you the gist of it. Got the free novel preview right here. The free novel preview is 96 pages for free that you guys can check out on my graphic novel. That I'm just gonna go down here. We're just gonna skim down here, just skim. So if you guys want to check this out for free. And then at the bottom, scroll all the way down here. At the bottom, once you finish reading, and the reason why I put this shit at the bottom is because I want you to finish it. If you don't finish it, you're not gonna see this. So it's gonna say thank you for reading. Join the Kickstarter if you actually find it interesting and want to see more. So what happens when you click this Kickstarter button? This is my Kickstarter right here, Already Last Night. This is my first time ever doing one, so I'm not really that good at actually, you know, I'm not familiar with Kickstarter, right? So, but we have broke records, and this was before Thanksgiving weekend, right? So before Thanksgiving weekend, when people spending time with your families, this is the busiest time of the year. Everybody's buying presents, gifts, and buying turkeys or whatever the fuck you eat for Thanksgiving, right? You guys still found the need to give me $1,000+ in the first 2 days of this Kickstarter. So guys, without further ado, I got to give you this.
Who created your ass, Satan?
Oh, that's the wrong one. Hold up a second.
Oh, whoops. Whoopsie.
Thank you. You guys are killing it. This allows me to stay self-published and nobody touching my shit as far as like companies, I would say other publishing companies, stuff like that. I would rather have my first book be self-published first, and then I bring it out to the masses or everything like that, right? So thank you guys so much for actually joining the Kickstarter and actually breaking records to where you having sponsors sucking on my nuts right now. It's ridiculous. So thank you so much. We're going to continue this, and hopefully you guys will, after you actually see this video, you guys will continue this as well and actually help a brother out. So we can stay self-funded, independent, and we can get this shit out and show these people how it's really fucking done. How to make good female characters, good stories in general. So without further ado, shameless plug over. Let's get into the video. Throughout these past couple days, I've been playing a little game called Where Winds Meet. As you can see, Where Winds Meet hit over 9 million players in 2 weeks, which is fucking crazy. When I first saw this game, I'm just going to tell you a little story time here. When I first saw this game, I was doing a live stream, right? And somebody was telling me about Rise of the Ronin and stuff like that. This was during the time when Rise of the Ronin came out. People knew about Where Winds Meet for I'll say for a minute, but it wasn't really talked about too much. It was like an afterthought, right? So like when Where Winds Meet was starting to come out, I associated with Rise of the Ronin, and most people know who join my live streams. I wasn't particularly interested in Rise of the Ronin. Quite frankly, I haven't even played it because I found it disinteresting. So when I saw Where Winds Meet was coming out, and plus it was a T-rated game, you guys know how I feel about T-rated violence, right? I don't like that shit. When I saw Where Winds Meet, I wasn't interested at all. I'm like, okay, this is a T-rated game. It looked like some bullshit. It's free to play. I really don't want to play this shit. Gameplay gonna suck. It's gonna feel like it's free to play. So then when it came out, right? I had nothing else to do. I was playing Arc Raiders at the time, and I was like, you know what, man? A lot of people telling me to try this out, so I just will try it. It's free. Why not? The most I can waste is my time, right? And I had time to kill. So I tried it out, and I was playing for about 3 hours, right? Now, mind you, so if I go 3 hours straight of playing a game that's free to play and I'm not having fun, it's not going to happen. So I found it weird that I was playing it for 3 hours and it was kind of turning the gears in my head a little bit. I'm like, okay, this is a little weird. I'm still playing this shit, right? So then I continued to play it. I did a couple side missions. I'm like, these side missions are actually pretty good. Okay. I'm not really, you know, taking out the game. Okay. It's pretty good. So then I get to the combat. The combat, I thought was going to be free to play type combat like Genshin, you know, DZ0, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. No shot, right? I'm not taking stray bullets at them, but I'm just saying free to play games feel like free to play games. You guys know what I'm talking about here, right? This game does not play like a free to play. I had some boss fights that reminded me of Elden Ring. Here we go. That's the move I want to do. That's the move. Free to play game, y'all. When it comes to mechanics, difficulty, and I will say the amount of complex systems I can use to take on these bosses. Every time, just stay with the beat, bro. Somebody's definitely gonna die because this is far. Stay with the stampede, stay with the stampede, stay with the stampede. Please don't turn around. What the fuck are you doing? What is he doing? This is the bullshit I'm talking about. Every time, bro, we play this shit. Pick up the other fucking stupid idiot, bro. It is extremely weird playing a game like this that is free to play. And it does not feel like it's free to play. This game is killing it. Now, the story, mind you, sucks. Okay? Nobody's playing this game for the story. Nobody's playing it for the story. You're playing it for the experience you feel when you're playing this game. There's so much shit you could do in this motherfucker. First and foremost, I did 2 live streams about this game, right? Yeah, this is one of the many other bullshits that you can do in this game. This game is what they're doing right here is called a healing circle. Yeah, you heard me, a healing circle. You know how like in some games to where you can do role playing, like MMORPGs and shit, and you can, you know, you want to be your favorite character in a TV show or like your favorite fantasy novel or whatever the fuck, right? You want to be a healer, you want to be a wandering Ronin, you want to be a wandering martial artist, you want to be a teacher, you want to have students, you want to do, you know, do a profession in music and shit like that, right? Yeah, all that shit I just said right there, you could do in the game and more. And with complex systems, you can literally go to a healing circle, and these are all real players. All the doctors in the game that they recommend you to go to fix your ailments, like if you break a leg and you're spraining and you're limping, right? Or if you having other symptoms to where you're having hysteria. They have like 19 symptoms that you can have in this game, probably more, that doctors, players, can actually profess in, learn the illnesses like a real doctor. You're actually a traveling medic to understand different healing practices to heal other players with certain symptoms. Isn't that crazy? It's free to play. And this is not even, I didn't even talk about the combat when it comes to this. Bro, you can literally take a non-combative approach to this game when it comes to your role playing to just be a wandering medic, to just going around the world figuring out the best practices on how to heal people from the medicine that you learn. And you have all the knowledge that people can actually take apprenticeship under you and learn from you. What? It's blowing my... So Where Winds Meet is diabolical when it comes to all the shit that you can have in it. And I bet you guys didn't know this either. This game has a battle royale. I'm gonna try the battle royale. I have to show y'all the battle royale, man. I have to show y'all this. But this shit is crazy. This is another game mode. I want to show y'all how deep these gameplay systems is. It's not just some random bullshit. It's not them just putting this shit in the game and they like, you know what, fuck it. We're not gonna fuck making it deep. Who cares? That's what she said, right? But screw making it deep. We're just gonna put some bullshit in there. And if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. They didn't have to go this far with this. They went far with this fucking mode right here. Woo-wee. That shit was smooth as hell. Damn. You're mine. You're mine. This is the one. This is the one. He running. He running his ass off. God damn. I'm dead. I'm dead. He healed. He healed like a bitch. Yep. That was my part. That was my fault. I pushed when I shouldn't. I pushed when I shouldn't have. Yeah. It has a battle royale that's probably better than most battle royales that's out there. And they don't even tell you about it. It's just in there somewhere in the systems and the dwellings and shit. They have a full-fledged system for battle royale. That's like Naraka Blade Point, right? It's just like that, but it's a little bit more sophisticated than that because you can bring everything that you have from single player, but it's just scattered around the field and you just pick up little bits and pieces and you build your build together. So you come in basically like how any other battle royale does. You come in there naked, right? And then you just pick up pieces on the floor and shit. You build your build. You try to be the last one standing and the circle closes and shit like that. You guys know the mechanics of battle royale. But I didn't even know that this shit was in it until 30 to 40 hours into my play session with this game. I had no idea. Normally with games that are made in America, you know all their modes within the first 2 hours of you playing the game. Am I lying or am I lying? I'm not lying at all. So China with this game is a literal fuck you to everything that we got going on over here for $70. I didn't even touch the surface when I'm talking about explaining the systems that they have in this game. I'm not even, I can't. This video will be too long and I'm not talking about I'm not only going to be talking about Where Wins Me, I'm going to be talking about a lot of other games in this video. So I can't spend too much time on this, but I'm going to make a dedicated video strictly talking about the FU-ness of this game. But moving on to another game, right? This video clearly is about Ni Hao China, right? It's about China. China has been fucking diabolical when it comes to their predatory nature on the market when it comes to business. They understand where missing pieces are, and they are probably the only entity that know how to fill a black hole. I guarantee you they will come up with something to be able to fill a black hole. That's what they're known for, filling voids in the marketplace, right? They know how to do it for some odd reason. This is not a China glazing section. I'm actually going to surprise y'all with my viewpoint on this, though. China has been destroying it. So let me basically tell you guys something right quick. Yes, China is excelling in the gaming space through a strong domestic market, increasing global exports, and a rise in globally competitive titles. In 2004, Chinese mobile games generated over $32 billion. That kind of sound like shift up for Korea, right? For some odd reason, Asians know that everybody has their phone. This is how this is how Asians think about business. How many people use phones? Oh, more than 1 billion people? Yeah, put games on them. Simple. So they just know, but they don't just put games on them, they invest in them. And they basically say that because like America, right? We got games like Raid Shadow Legends and shit like that. You see that on every fucking YouTuber's videos, right? Raid Shadow Legends, probably Candy Crush, probably like Subway Surfers. Those are our mobile games, right? They have mobile games that are entire entities themselves, like Genshin Impact. They destroyed the mobile market when they started introducing games like Genshin Impact on mobile platforms. It never happened before. We never had an open world third-person game on a mobile platform. Are you kidding me? They saw that void and was like, Americans not doing this. I don't think they realize what business is. We know that 100 million people or billions of people have a phone, right? So we're going to invest in the technology when it comes to, I would say, optimization, when it comes to having high detail fidelity graphics. It's on a mobile device. It's unbelievable. And they're the ones that took this market by storm. Let's look at Genshin. Genshin Impact is a Chinese game, is a Chinese brand game, right? Genshin Impact revenue has been substantial, surpassing $5 billion in 2024, reaching the 5th anniversary milestone of $6.4 billion for a mobile fucking game. And this is only the tip of the iceberg. We go further because we're not even talking about NetEase right now. We're talking about MiHoYo. MiHoYo is a company that is basically the Genshin powerhouse. They basically distribute all Genshin products, all like Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering. I think Wuthering Waves is from that too, right? If I'm tripping, I think that Wuthering Waves is from that. Oh, it's Kiro Games. Damn. So Chinese. So another Chinese game. Another Chinese company. So you got Wuthering Waves, which you guys know is fucking popular as hell. You got Genshin, which is made by, bro, China's killing it. So not only that, right? I'm gonna get into some more games because we haven't even touched the surface on the main big Demogorgon. I'm gonna call that shit like Stranger Things, right? Which is NetEase Games. NetEase, because in case you haven't noticed, Where Winds Meet is made by NetEase. What games have NetEase made, mind you? I'm gonna show you the biggest one that Americans know. Marvel motherfucking Rivals. Marvel Rivals is one of the biggest games to have come out in the free market space in a very long time. Marvel Rivals, I think, even beat out games like Overwatch. I'm not sure if it's beating Fortnite, but it's beating most games in the free-to-play hero shooter market right now. It's blowing them out the water. It's not even close. And this is the most disrespectful part of this, right? Why is China making games that are based on our IPs? I made a video about this shit before to where China is killing the market with our own IPs. It doesn't make any sense. We should be embarrassed that this is happening right now. They have so many games based off of Marvel from NetEase, right? A Chinese-owned studio that is actually disrespectful. The market speaks, right? The market fucking speaks. There's really nothing we can say about it. So they got Marvel Duel, and this is the official NetEase website, mind you, all right? I'm gonna go through all these games so you can see the potential of this fucking company. This, Where Winds Meet, I'm not even gonna talk about Anata yet. We're gonna get to that, all right? So we got Mystic Mayhem, which is another Marvel title. We got Marvel Duel, and we got Marvel Rivals, right? Those, bro, how did America allow them to take our IP and basically shell out a free game that is destroying everything that we made over here? It's embarrassing. It doesn't make any sense. They're destroying the market, and the reason why is because Americans can't get off of this woke shit. That is the reason why. They're seeing people turn. I don't care what you think about it. I don't care if you think wokeness is a myth. The important part is people actually feel like they're not getting the same quality that they used to, so they're going somewhere else. That's the whole point of this. You can argue whether, hey yo, y'all tripping. It's not woke over here. Y'all just coming up with a boogeyman. It doesn't matter. The market deems it so, which means it's the truth because we're leaving and going to an outside entity to fill that void. Like I said, China could fill a black hole if they wanted to. They're filling the black hole in gamers' hearts right now. And y'all should be fucking scared, Americans who are running these companies. Y'all should be scared because y'all not going to game them back. It's not happening. They are literally giving us everything we want. They are sitting in the bushes like Birdman. And I came up with this analogy during my live stream, right? So where I basically said that gamers nowadays are literally in a toxic relationship with the big gaming companies in America, right? We want them to do good, but we talk about them behind the scenes. We basically talk to Daddy China. Well, we talk to the quote unquote the friend zone China, right? And Japan and Korea on the side. We call them on the phone for a shoulder to cry on, but we're still in bed with America, right? That's until we break up with them, or the American companies basically tell us that we ain't shit no more. So we separate, right? And now we have a void in our heart that we can't fix or that we can't fill. Guess who's sitting there right there waiting to fill that void from you? China, Japan, Korea. Who would have thought? Y'all not getting them back because y'all are literally the abusive person in the relationship that we finally broke up, and now that void is in our heart. And guess what? It's getting filled by an outside entity. You're not getting us back anymore. This is not good because when China takes over, and China's been doing this shit for a long time now. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole right quick. How many people have okay, so listen, I'm black, right? I grew up in the hood, right? And China has been helping people from the hood for a long. I'm not just talking about Chinese food in MSG, because that's on every corner in the hood, in the neighborhood and shit like that. You're gonna see a Chinese restaurant. Period. They know where to go, and they got some balls. They got beauty shops and Chinese food in the hood. All right, but not only that, I'm gonna tell y'all something right quick too. Right, China knows that things are expensive, and back when I used to grow up in my neighborhood, people couldn't really afford gifts or toys or anything like that. Right, China has saved a lot of black people's Christmas in the hood, right? Because you can go to the dollar store and get a cheap knockoff version of whatever the fuck you thought was expensive at your local dollar store for $2.99. Made in China, baby. They have saved a lot of black people's Christmases and birthdays because they know the market. They like, okay, you're charging more, we charge less. You pay less. I pay less. Thank you. So they've been doing this shit for a while. They're predatory when it comes to this stuff. They know the parts that's missing in the market, and they say, I'm gonna fill that hole. That sounded very sexual. That's what they're doing right now. And I don't think that Americans understand that when they be letting them in and they be letting them do this type of shit. And listen, more power to them, right? As a customer, you don't give a fuck about anything I'm saying right now. You're not picking sides. You just want to get the best product that you're owed, right? Respect. But for people like me who can see in hindsight, I can see like multiple layers of this shit, right? One, is good for customers because you're giving them exactly what they want. Two, it's bad for the market for Americans because China is going to take over everything, and Americans ain't going to be making no money because they're so worried about political shit that China is not worried about. They're literally going to bump you down and say, okay, I know y'all don't care about this, so we're going to give you this again. We're going to give you good looking characters, gameplay, story, and fucking, I would say AI, because they don't care, right? For free, mind you. For free. For free. They gave you this game that is as big. Listen, I'm going to say something right quick about Where Winds Meet, right? Where Winds Meet is as big or bigger than GTA and Red Dead Redemption. It's probably as big. It's probably as big as The Witcher, maybe bigger. That's the size of this game. And the quest is not mundane. They're not minute. They may have a couple here and there, but what game doesn't, right? But most of the time when you're playing this game, you're going to be running across multiple shit to do, and you're just going to get distracted. It's going to be ridiculous. So this is just what I'm saying about Where Winds Meet. How do you think Anata is going to be when it comes out? Anata, if you guys know about this game already, this game is literally anime GTA. And this game is probably going to come out before GTA. Let's just be real. So this game, so listen, I've played, wait, I gotta go back. I have to. How many people played Once Human 2? How many people played this game? And I'm bringing this up for a reason because I want you guys to understand NetEase open world structure and what they do. How many people played this game? I played Once Human for an ungodly amount of time. Period. This game is one of my favorite open world shooter games in a while. It does have its flaws, but how they do open worldness is very fun. They have a bunch of different type of servers that you can go through, but that's another video. I'm gonna try to keep it concise because I know how I can get. I just go into a rabbit hole and I won't come out until I'm like 6 feet under. But Anata, right? Let's get back to Anata. Their open world structure that they did for Where Winds Meet is 100% going to be in Anata. Anytime you do modern day GTA games like this, you have to make the mundane the fantastical. You have to, in order for people to keep coming back. You don't want to play a real life simulator. You don't want to do that for hours upon end. You already live real life. So Where Winds Meet excels is the fact that they take mundane tasks and make them better. And they have so much of it to where you basically won't be doing the same thing for as long as you're in the game. You're never going to do the same thing in Where Winds Meet at all. If they take that same gameplay, I would say standard, and put it into this game, holy shit. And it's for free too. Wow. It's going to be ridiculous though. So where I'm basically going with this is too, right? I want you guys to realize something, that when I'm talking about China has to be studied with their excellence when it comes to how they're doing. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention Black Myth Wukong. So they're going into the single player market too as well, with games like Blood Message, which is a highly detailed single player game that kind of looks like Uncharted and like Chinese Uncharted or God of War mix. It looks like a little bit of both, right? This game looks incredible. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. This is a single player cinematic game that bro, this company is used to making free-to-play multiplayer games. This is what they're known for. And they decided, since we're making so much fuck you money We are going to make a game that is a single player game, and we're going to make it probably better than what they ever made over here. I guarantee you, there is no politics in this game. She is not, bro, listen, if this game was made in America, this person will be a woman. Mind you, she'll be a woman with a square jaw. This will be a woman with a square jaw if it was made over here in America. There is no white male leads over here at all anymore. It's not happening. Or the predominantly racial ethnic group being the main character. It's not happening. Period, right? So, NetEase is filling that void for you. China has been filling that void for a very long time, and now they're doing it within the gaming space because wokeness is killing everything. Y'all need to be careful. But listen, if you're a consumer, you're getting what you want. If you're a person who's in the industry, I can see why IGN, listen, I know a lot of people are going to be like, yo, Jay, what the fuck? You taking up for IGN? No, I'm not taking up for them. I can see why they're doing it. A lot of people know for a fact why IGN gave this game a fucking, I already know why they gave this game a 6. And if you guys are pretending like you don't know, come on, stop acting stupid. This is a threat to them. It has to be a threat to them. This is a detrimental thing to their market brand. IGN is allied with all the woke companies. They have partnership deals to receive review copies about these woke ass companies. They gave Dragon Age the Veilguard a fucking 9. So if you give Dragon Age the Veilguard a 9 and give this game a 6, that has way more players playing it than Dragon Age could ever dream of, and it's free, and the combat is better than probably most Souls games. I'm just being honest. And they gave this game a 6. I'm not surprised. They have to, because this is them fighting back against an entity that they know is going to take over. They know it's going to take over. They can't be on their side. If they gave this game an 8, that would be against their cause. That'll be against their cause. So don't expect it. Bro, listen, I get it. I get both sides, actually. I get why they're scared and why they're going to probably try to sabotage shit like this. They try to do it with Black Myth Wukong, and now they're doing it with this. They try to do it with Stellar Blade. And it's not going to help, because the players, at the end of the day, the market dictates what's successful and what's not. The players dictate what's successful and what's not. They know that. So them giving it a 6 is not going to matter to us. It would matter if IGN didn't discredit their image already, but they did. Nobody takes them seriously. Nobody gives a fuck. They know a 6 from IGN is probably a 9 or an 8 for regular people. They already know that, right? So we're not going to pay attention to that. So don't worry about this. This is like a cat in the corner trapped and shit, right? And this is its only option. It has to. So, without further ado, people, I just wanted to talk about China for a minute. China is fucking destroying the market. And if you guys want to listen, I'm not sponsored, all right? I wish I was, but I'm not sponsored. Try Win Meat for yourself. The only thing you'll be wasting is your time. And tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section about all the systems that I talked about in this game, and tell me to my face that it's not there. Shit. Once again, ni hao.